All right. So I hope you guys don't have to. Am I when I say you guys? This is very ironic because there's obviously nobody watching me right now. But maybe one day it'll make sense. But as of right now, I don't know. It's just like I guess like I used to be a table games dealer, so sometimes when you step onto the table, you greet everybody and just say "Hey guys" or something like that. So I feel like it's just kind of like one of those muscle memory kind of deals. I woke up today, decided to look at technology again, decided to crawl out from under my rock to look at more Reddit. I think some of my neighbors are having like a cookout or something because I can hear music and some of it was pretty good. Because I heard, "What's love got to do? Got to do with it?" But now they're playing like some country shit, and I'm like, hell nah. These guys are so loud. Hey man, let me get some vegetarian sandwich. Do you guys got vegetarian meat over there? Hey, let me get a cheeseburger. Hold the meat. Yeah. But no, I got on Reddit today, like always, because nothing beats a good old hit of the technology while you have your coffee. And man, I'm not gonna lie, the "Am I the a-hole" is turning out to be one of my favorites because these stories are just completely crazy. Sometimes I'm wondering if it's even real. You know what I mean? Like some of these just seem so ridiculous. Just like this first one here. Am I the a-hole for punching my stepdaughter after she played a prank on me that scared me? Look, man, title alone, just based off the title, I'm already assuming that you're the a-hole. I also can't be too judgmental here because like my first instinct when I'm scared is, put up your guard and get ready to swing. So, the post goes on to say, "I know this title sounds bad, but please read and throw away plus fake names." Please read and throw away plus I don't know what that means, like the first sentence. Like I know he's trying to say, hey, with like just read before you judge, I'm assuming, but like it just got worded weird. He says, "I, 38 male, married Judd, 44 female. A few years ago, I got my stepdaughter Abby, 14 female as a result. I dated Judd when Abby was 8, met her when she was 9, and married Judd when she was 10. I'd say our relationship is okay. She doesn't act bratty towards me and respects me enough as her mom's husband. However, there is one glaring issue about her, and that is her pranking nature. Abby loves to pull pranks. Some examples are her hiding my car keys in what looks like 100 dubs in a box. I'm not too sure what dubs are. I'm assuming fake keys like duds, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what fake keys are called. I found them quickly because she failed to notice my keys have duct tape on them. Another one is when she hid in the fridge, something I still find very weird, to scare the first person to open it. Yeah, that's a little bit strange. Like, I don't know if she's practicing for a nuclear apocalypse, because, on TVs I've seen people go into refrigerators for nuclear detonations. And I know there's one that sticks out in my head of like someone being in a fridge and they get launched like miles away basically and still survive somehow. And I want to say it was a Marvel movie, but I don't really know. But I thought it was a funny scene. And I didn't even know that that was like a thing. Like back in the 50s, they were telling kids, yeah, just get it in your fridge. I mean, they were telling them to get under. We tell the kids to get under the desk, like that's gonna be a huge help. So, well, last Wednesday I arrived home and it seemed that I was the only one there. Only my shoes were at the doorstep, and I even called out Judd's and Abby's names with no answer. This is somewhat normal as Judd sometimes works late and Abby stays at school for extracurriculars. So I screwed around with my dog, a German Shepherd, and a Husky mix for anyone that will ask for a bit, and then I decided to relieve myself. Hold on, what are you doing with that dog, man? Pause. That got worded really weirdly. Like, let's maybe add a few words into that, like some context or something, because it almost seems like he's saying that he's gonna do something to the dog, man, and that's not cool. That's really not cool. When I got to the bathroom, I noticed that the window cabinet was open. I thought nothing of it at first and unzipped my pants, but then I saw a shadow behind the shower curtains. A shadow behind the shadow curtains. A shadow behind the shower curtains. I thought the worst and immediately punched the figure behind the curtains. Well, as everyone may have guessed from the title, it was Abby. She was making a prank video, and I had not noticed that she propped her phone up on the bathroom cabinet with two cups. I'm not gonna lie, I did not hold back. I punched her as hard as I could. Her nose looked broken, and I realized it. I flipped out, and so did she. After about 5 minutes of freaking out, I drove her to urgent care and informed Judd of the situation. Her nose was indeed broken and would need about 6 to 12 weeks of recovery. Abby won't talk to me, and as for Judd, she thinks that my actions may have been justified, but also thinks I should have approached with more caution, which she has refused to elaborate on. So, as somebody that kind of grew up in like a bit of a rougher area, I kind of know what it's like to kind of always be on your guard. I kind of have that same reaction to things, you know, when someone's trying to scare me or whatever. My first instinct is like swing, because, man, I don't know how he could be more cautious. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when your parent is like, you just need to try harder. You know what I mean? It's like the guy, you can't, like, he thought it was a life or death situation or something like that. So he just reacted. I wouldn't say he's the a-hole for this. Like, I'm just saying not everybody has the same reaction to, like, getting pranked and stuff like that. And if you're going to go around pranking people, you need to realize that some people have PTSD and shit like that. They be walking around with demons in their head. You go and scare them, you might meet a few of them demons, you know? That's on you. I don't see how he could approach with more caution. You know what I mean? Like, how are you supposed to do that? Like, you see the thing, and then you'd have to cry out Abby's name, then react. You know what I mean? And by that time, it might be too late if it was an actual intruder. So you're gonna think twice before pranking you again, my brother. Anyways, moving on. This one was pretty crazy. I feel for this guy, like, so hard. Anyways, I, 29 male, have been with my fiance, Emily, 28 female, for 5 years. We got engaged a year ago, and our wedding was supposed to be a fairy tale. Everything seemed perfect until last week. I was preparing for the wedding when I noticed Emily acting strangely. She was secretive with her phone and had suddenly unexplained disappearances. I chalked it up to wedding stress until I received an anonymous message with photos and screenshots revealing that Emily was having an affair with not just one person, but two. God, that's tough. My brother Mark, 31 male, and her best friend Sarah, 28 female. Oh my God, dude. Jesus. This guy is getting it from all angles, man. Jesus. So not only is his fiance cheating on him, but she's cheating on him with his brother, his older brother. Oh my God, dude. Me as an older brother, man, as the big sibling you have, at least for me, I have this like protective nature, you know what I mean? I don't want to see any of my family or siblings or whatever hurt in any sort of way. How the hell does your older brother bang your fiance, man? Like, that is some real snake in the grass type of stuff. Fiance's best friend. Like, when I read best friend, right, I thought it was going to be a guy, and then turned out that it was a woman. So it's like, not only is she cheating on him with a guy and a girl, she's also cheating on him with her best friend and his family member. God, dude, that is like quadrifecta of asshole. Whatever the next step above trifecta is what this guy is getting rammed with right now. So he goes on. I was devastated. I confronted Mark, who admitted everything and said it started as a mistake but evolved into something more. Bro, how is that a mistake? How? If you catch yourself alone with your brother's fiance, maybe keep your clothes on. It was a mistake? Huh, my pants are on the floor all of a sudden. What the fuck? Anyways, Sarah, on the other hand, denied it at first and then broke down and confessed, saying she and Emily had always been closer than I realized. So the way that that's worded, that means that Sarah and this Emily girl have been, tapping each other for a while now, probably. Dude, if you have to have these all these sexual adventures and stuff like that. Just be poly or something, man. Like, why do you have to go and ruin other people's lives and shit? I didn't know what to do. Calling off the wedding seemed drastic, but marrying someone who betrayed me with two of the people I trusted most felt impossible. I decided to go through with the wedding to gather my thoughts, but as I stood at the altar watching Emily walk down the aisle, all I could think was the betrayal. That's totally understandable. I would have called it off right then and there. I don't know how this guy decided to go through with it. When she reached me, I couldn't go through with it. I took a deep breath and told everyone what I had discovered. Emily burst into tears, Mark looked horrified, and Sarah ran out. My parents were furious, and the guests were in shock. Sarah ran out. Oh man, dude. You know she thought she was about to get jumped or something. She just ran out. You know, I'll give his brother a little props here just for the fact that, you know, he just faced the music. He accepted his consequences. And when it got revealed, he still was there. And even though he looked horrified, he was still there to take whatever was coming to him. So I'll give him props there. But everything else, like, get a new brother, bro. Find a new family. You ain't got to deal with that. He continues, now both families are divided. My parents are supporting me, but Emily's parents are calling me cruel for humiliating her in public. Friends are split, with some saying I did the right thing and others saying should have handled it privately. Dude, that's such bullshit. Okay, yeah, as adults, it is entirely on you how you handle things, right? Like, as adults, yeah, things should be handled in private. You guys should have some sort of civility when you're in public and things like that. But to get that type of betrayal, like from not only your big brother, but your fiance and her best friend, who I'm going to assume that you probably were friends with her, that like, I do not blame anybody for having an outburst after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people have outbursts over things that are not even like a tenth as serious as this. I had a coworker as a dealer that had a full-blown panic attack because she had to stay an extra 15 minutes to like sort through cards and stuff. That we did make fun of her. I'm not gonna lie. That pales in comparison to the freak out that he had. So he's totally justified in having his freak out in public and stuff like that. She stabbed him in the back in the dark. He stabbed her in the front in the light. They're even. Not quite, but he continues. Emily has been texting and calling nonstop, begging for forgiveness, saying she made a mistake and wants to fix things. Mark has disappeared, and Sarah is posting cryptic messages on social media about betrayal and forgiveness. I'm broken and confused. Am I the a-hole for exposing Emily and leaving her at the altar, or should I have handled it differently? Not the a-hole, first of all. Should you have handled it differently? Probably. I guess there's probably a more mature or whatever approach that you could have taken, but after getting that type of news, bruh, I don't blame you for how you reacted, and I don't think anybody else should feel like, you know what I'm saying, like that you betrayed her or something like that for publicly embarrassing her. She's the one that went behind your back and did stuff that you weren't cool with. So should he have handled it differently? Yeah, but is he at fault for how he handled it? No, not in the slightest. I mean, at the end of the day, we could all do things better. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, whether it's mowing the lawn or doing the dishes every day or something, you know, we can all improve in some sort of way. But you can't expect to be perfect and hit the mark every time. You know what I mean? And again, like, I don't blame him for how he acted. I don't think that he needs to improve how he acted. Could have handled it better, but that doesn't mean that he should have handled it better. Anyways, continuing. All right, this is the last Am I the A-hole post. Am I the a-hole for prioritizing my sister's wedding over my girlfriend's birthday after she gave me an ultimatum? So at first glance, seeing that, it kind of seems like you're not. It seems like you're not the asshole for sure. It seems like she kind of gave you an ultimatum, and then you're like, I'll just focus on my sister's wedding instead. But we'll get into the context. My girlfriend Lisa and I have been together for 2 years. Her birthday is coming up and she's been planning a big celebration with friends and family for months. It's a milestone birthday for her and she's really excited about it because she's always felt her birthdays haven't been celebrated properly in the past. I felt that, personally. I kind of stopped celebrating my birthday after like 14 or so it just kind of been like another day ever since. The past couple birthdays I have were good. But moving on. Here's where it gets complicated. My sister, Jane, just announced her wedding date and it's the same weekend as Lisa's birthday. Jane and her fiance had to move their wedding up due to some family health issues, and now it's a small, intimate ceremony that means a lot to her. Jane asked me to be a part of the wedding party as her only sibling. It's important for me to be there, or important to me to be there. When I broke the news to Lisa, she was devastated. She feels that her birthday should be a priority, especially since I've known about it for so long. She's also hurt because she planned this big event with her closest people, and my absence would be noticeable. I suggested celebrating her birthday a day earlier or later, or even flying me back the next morning, but she wasn't having any of it. Things escalated when Lisa gave me an ultimatum. Either I attend her birthday party or we're done. She feels like this is a test of my commitment to our relationship and argues that if I loved her, I would prioritize her special day. I explained that my sister's wedding is a once in a lifetime event and that I couldn't miss it, but she insists I'm choosing family over her. God, jeez, man. Now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. My family thinks it's obvious I should go to my sister's wedding, but some of our mutual friends say Lisa has a point and that birthdays are an important milestone in a relationship. I don't want to hurt either of them, but I can't be in two places at once. Am I the a-hole for prioritizing my sister's wedding over my girlfriend's birthday after she gave me an ultimatum? Edit little update. After this post, I texted and called out her behavior, and now she is crying and saying I don't even care for her and am trying to calm her down, but she is really crying a lot. Did little video call to see her face. I don't know what to do, bruh. Edit number 2. Little more update. I think now she has calmed down a bit and is understanding my point of view. I said I'll try to either rush things and be on both sides for small time, or we will celebrate a grand one next time day whenever she liked. Now she said okay and then wrote long ass emotional para on how she loves me. After reading that, even I got emotional. I don't know if it was genuine or not though. To the people asking, it will be her 21st. So it's his girlfriend's 21st birthday. She wants to have a big shindig. He's just like, sorry, my sister's wedding's that day. I wouldn't say that he's the a-hole for prioritizing his sister's wedding just because, like, I agree with what he's saying. Like, that his sister's not going to get married again, assuming that she found her one. And Lisa's going to have a birthday every year, you know what I mean? So they can always do it again or make up for it, you know, something like that. And I understand she's only turning 21 once, but let's be real. It's probably not her first time getting drunk. It's not that special. Like, yeah, you can legally buy beers and cigarettes, but let's be real here. Most of us probably already had some form of alcohol or smoked something before the age of 21. Is it really that special? I mean, I guess, like, as someone who doesn't really celebrate their birthday and stuff, like, if I were to plan, like, a big birthday party deal and no one showed up, or the most important people didn't show up, I'd be a bit upset too, but it wouldn't be some ultimatum thing, especially if there's, like, a huge family event going on. Like, there can be some compromises, right? That's what relationships are about, communication and compromise. Not actually, I'm just saying it sounds good. So this one is today I effed up. A long, long time ago, I joined a gaming clan. We met online playing My Hero Ultra Rumble. This gaming clan was the reason I got into most of the games I play. We played a lot of grinding games like Blocks Fruits, but they played the games in their free time. In my free time, I played my own games. One of my friends, let's call him Andrew, didn't like how I said I liked the games but didn't play them in my free time, so they were always far ahead, causing me to complain. I don't play grinding games a lot because I sometimes find them boring. Plus, we interact more when we play games like Overwatch and Battlegrounds games on Roblox. We started playing First Descent because it was new, and as with other grinding games, even though I kind of enjoyed it, it wasn't my favorite, so I didn't spend a lot of time on it. Today, Andrew saw me doing what I always do, either playing Roblox, Overwatch, or watching YouTube. He texted me saying to get off Overwatch, so I got on YouTube. He said get off YouTube, When I asked why, he said he was tired of me saying that I liked the games he recommended, but not playing them often and instead doing the same thing I always do. I told him I'd just get on the grinding game, and he just told me to leave the group. God damn, that seems like a bit rash. It was sudden and random, so I thought he was joking or something, but he was serious. I kept trying to tell him it was an easy fix, and then if you give me time, I could catch up, but he just kept saying leave. One of my other friends, we'll call him Pickle, tried saying to at least give me a day and it wouldn't be an issue, but he wouldn't budge. I was genuinely begging like I'd never see them again because I knew I wouldn't. The last thing I typed in the gaming clan was just me saying sorry and leaving. These people were my closest friends. I've known them for almost a year. This is the closest I've been to going through a breakup. My mama walked in on me crying and told me if they were really my friends, they wouldn't just tell me what to play and what not to play. It made me feel a little better, but my only real friends on Xbox were gone over text in a matter of almost 15 minutes. I remember crying at school when I thought someone in the gaming club or gaming clan committed livent. Someone in the gaming lane committed livent? Now it's over. I don't know if I'll get over this anytime soon. I need to know what livent is. Or livent. Oh shit. Yo, this is actually serious. I didn't think that they meant sewer slide. Trigger warning. I didn't know that that's what they were talking about. So, like, I don't know what this person's relationship is with the one that unalived, but if I were to guess, it was probably the one that snapped and told them to, like, leave. Because maybe they were just going through something in their life and they didn't know, like, how to deal with it. Because from what I'm reading, you know, these seem like kids. And, you know, kids, at least speaking from personal experience, I didn't know how to regulate my emotions or, like, take control of them at all, like, during my teen years. Or even in like middle school and adolescence, like I was just a big ball of rage. Man, that's actually kind of sad. Man. Oh, I'm so dumb. They're saying that they remember. Okay, so they cried because they thought someone in the clan unalived themselves. Okay, and they're like this person's only real friends. Man, dude, that does suck though, because like I remember at least when I was like 11 to 13 or so, and all I could think about every day was coming home and getting on Xbox Live to play with my friends. I ended up getting into a gaming club, or God, I keep calling it a club, a gaming clan too. I remember I was not the best, like at all. We were trying to do a like Call of Duty gaming clan, and it was my dad's old friend who was like an OG in one of the Crip sets or something like that. He wasn't necessarily the most talented gamer either, and neither was I. But our friend Martine, who I think he's actually a pro Call of Duty player now. I remember playing Call of Duty with him and all these guys, and me and Martine like bullied this one guy out of a clan. Dude, I have so many crazy memories of Xbox Live as a kid, but dude, that does really suck because I know what it's like when you don't really have a whole lot of friends at school. So you get on Xbox Live or whatever to play with who you think are your friends, or to at least just sit in a party while you do your homework or whatever, you know what I mean? And yeah, that really does suck. I would say that they probably weren't your true friends, but that feeling of loneliness isn't going to go away, so yeah, that does suck. But I feel like it's a little bit like too much, you know what I mean? Kicking someone out of a clan because they don't play the games as much as you do. It's like kicking someone out of a clan because they don't like rap music. Moving on. I didn't want to like add too much to that because that was actually a pretty serious post. This one was really crazy. So it says, today I learned, it's from the Today I Learned subreddit. It says, today I learned that the Guano Islands Act enables any American citizen to annex unclaimed islands containing seabird/bat excrement, guano, in the name of the United States at the discretion of the president. That's crazy. So if you go to like an island, there's nothing but guano on that. That's what I'm gonna start. I gotta take a guano, bro. I'm about to go take a guano. Take my iguana to go guano. Not really. But the comments, this guy says, for those wondering, mining bird and bat guano was the only way to get nitrogen fertilizer before it was able to be made chemically in a factory. Finding islands covered in it was basically like finding an island covered in gold. Oh man, I can only imagine just being, back in whatever time this is set, like the Pilgrim era and stuff, and you just end up lost on some island covered in some guano, and you're just like, I hit it big, but you gotta survive the voyage back, man. This next guy replied, it was likely more about the production of gunpowder and explosives. Chicken manure is high nitrogen fertilizer and was more readily available. You could turn dookie into bullets, I guess. That's pretty cool. This one guy was inquiring about why seabird crap is called guano and chicken crap is called manure. And it wasn't until the last comment this guy says manure is farm animal crap. Guano comes from the Quechan guano, which meant both dung and fertilizer. Seems to be more about where the crap is found. Western farms versus South America. It's true what they say. One man's trash, another man's treasure. Okay, so this one is the last one for real. Girl I went to middle school with had a baby. Is it a tragedy? And they spelled tragedy like, well, you'll see it on the screen, but Tradagdeigh, like Ashley, but with that lay at the end of it, Leigh. Is it a tragedy? I've always read that as Eich. So like every time I see Ashley spelled like that or whatever, I think Ashleich. It goes, so this girl I went to middle school with got pregnant and then married shortly thereafter. A few years ago, she was either 17 or freshly 18 at the time when her baby was born. I happened to be working at a large chain store and her grandma was one of my coworkers. Her grandma and I were talking about the newborn baby, and as I had seen the Instagram post with the infant, the baby's name was spelled Liala. Liala. Liola. Liola. It sounds like someone just took viola and like chopped its head off and cut off all its fingers and maybe one of its legs, and we got Liola or Leela. Oh, that's what this person thought it was. And I mentioned how cute I thought it was pronouncing the name Leala. My coworker looked at me funny and went, "You meant Layla?" Bro, how can you spell Layla like that? Like, I can understand if it was Laila, but it's Lia. I apologize for misreading the name and we laughed it off, but I'm convinced Layla is a tragedy. Tragedy. And they said the same thing. I could understand if it was Laila. People just be naming their kids whatever now. I'm pretty sure there was a baby in like India or something. They wanted to name it Superman and they had like problems with it or something. But man, everybody's so creative. That's why like if I ever watch like movies or read a book or something like that that has like really weird spelled names and I know that they're supposed to be, regular, like John spelled with like maybe 2 H's or 3 H's or some shit, like some weird. I don't really bat an eye too much because I'm like, dude, we're not that far from the future to where John is not going to have an H anymore, and then they're going to put the H behind or after the N or something. I can't think of anything right off the bat, but I just want to know what the story was behind that, to be honest, because like I had a coworker who named her kid Stacy, which at face value it seems like a pretty normal name, right? Turns out that she named her kid that because she's a really big fan of this song called Stacy's Mom. And in that song, it was about some guy who was friends with a girl from school and he wanted to bang her mom. So she named her kid after a song to be a hot mom, I guess. It was really weird. I didn't understand. I was like, why are you trying to like bang your daughter's friends when she grows up or something? Like, I don't. Anyways, that's all I have for today. So I will catch you all later. I will catch you one person later. However many people end up watching this eventually or whatever. Blah blah. Anyways, do the thing that other YouTubers tell you to do at the end of their videos. Later.